Okay, that should hold for now. Just gotta get to my bike. Shit. Oh, guess I'm figuring out a plan C. Is anyone there? Come in. This is Grimm Grinner on whatever channel I can pick up. I'm holed up in the wreckage of a radio tower due north of the Lykker Box. I'll be making my way to marker N-21.11.1. I'm injured, but making do. If memory serves, there were some scavenging spots near here, but I can't for the life of me remember if they're cleared. If anyone can hear this, the Lykker Box has fallen. I repeat, the Lykker Box is no longer safe for wastelanders. It's overrun with creeps. Fuck. I hoped Libby was able to get everyone out. Shit. I'm losing light, so I have to run. The power cell for my bike can't keep this equipment running for much longer, and I need to make camp somewhere safe. I spotted a pack of ferals near a cave a few clicks back, and really don't want to stick around and find out if this is a hunting spot for them. Grimm Grinner signing off for now. Hello? Okay, I guess I'll just have to trust that this works. If anyone can hear me, I'm holed up in a shopper's mart that seems relatively clear. Not much water or food left inside, and only a smattering of other supplies. I'd risk checking some of the other ruins around here, but noticed some of the new markings for the jury on a few street signs, which tells me that if they're not here right now, they've been through recently. I'm not really up for a trail, so I'm laying low and trying to keep my energy up. Probably about, half a day's trek from the marker. By all I hold dear, I hope someone can hear this and get me back to Black from there. Signing off. So, Wastelanders, I am back. I don't know if my few transmissions came through out there as much as I was trying. So you may all be wondering at this point, what the hell happened? I don't remember when I lost signal and when I was able to pick it back up, so I'll summarize as best I can. That corp I played cards with at the Lykker Box was probably twice the slime I gave them credit for. Turns out they had an elite creep squad waiting in reserve for if something went wrong, which I did. God, did it ever go diagonally on us. First, they told us the plan, then I got shot, then Miss Lykker shot the corp, which wasn't exactly according to plan. Lykker Box fell, which sounds like it was always the corporate plan. Something about wanting to turn it into a corporate recreational facility or some shit. Well, I guess they won that one. Luckily, it sounds like Stella, Libby, and the rest of the workers and wastelanders there were able to get away, as CJ reported just a small while ago. They're taking some time to rest up at the bakery, and CJ and her team will bring them this direction while scouting out a new spot that could be set up for a resurrected Lykker Box. But I know you're all wondering out there. Grimm Grinner, voice of the wastes, how in the ever-loving hell did you get out of there? And, my dear network of wastelanders, I'm happy to answer that question for you. But to answer that, I have to tell you a story from back in my early days in the wastes. See, when I was a young wastelander, before I met CJ or had a microphone to transmit out to you all, I did spend some time scavenging, avoiding creeps close to the walls of the Getz. Of course, there were a lot of differences in those early years. I was just a young kid, just trying to scrape by, and the Lykker Box went by a much different name at the time, the Dripping Rose. I'd be lying if I said I didn't spend a few nights and probably more caps than I could afford at the time there, since it did seem like the safest spot for a long trek. The owner at the time was rumored to be affiliated not just with a handful of smaller raider groups, but supposedly had some backdoor dealings with a few corporate big shots as well. I'm not sure at what point after my time there Labie took over, but I know it became a much safer place under her control. Anyways, in my dealings with some of the contacts as well as during some of the smaller raids, I learned of a very well-hidden cellar door in the Dripping Rose. Tucked away in the mistress's quarters and secured with an integrated directional lock only a few individuals knew about. The cellar door led not to just a supply room, fashioned out of the remnants of an old corporate vault, but it had a tunnel stretching far enough away from the building that you would come out well beyond even the most intense corporate barricades. So, after I got shot, I gave myself some wasteland stitches, and was able to pull myself back into Labie's quarters to get myself into the tunnel. From there, I was able to power a small transmitter to try and get some help while making my way to the nearest marker for scouting parties. And who should be waiting for me? Fellow former courier from Phoenix Express by the name of Liam Hurd, also known as Leopard in the right circles. Liam and I used to make the occasional shipment runs back in the day after my time at the Dripping Rose. He's on the younger side of things, but is certainly skilled and definitely wise beyond his years. Kid's a crack shot with a rifle, and has helped me out of more than a few jams, including this one. Liam got me to Burblack, and took some time to rest and pick up some supplies before heading back on his way. He's now an independent courier, but still wears a Phoenix Express badge for safety. He lucked out being able to pick me up, since he's running a job to a small outpost in the northeast called Aurora's Fedoras. I think they've been specializing in refitting creep armor and scraps for the Twin Town militia, but they also help out any wastelanders that come through. While CJ and her team make their way back, I'm going to be keeping a post here at the network, keeping an ear out for any news out there. I should be taking it easy since I'm still recovering from that shot, but you all know me. I can't sit still for that long. Maybe I'll see if the Commodore has anything interesting from the trading caravan that came by just while I was out. And this has been Grimm Grinner, safely broadcasting from the network. See you in the wastes. Welcome to The Wastes is a Wasteland podcast brought to you by Edward Grimm Grinner Hutchinson. Feel free to follow me on all social media and make sure to subscribe so you can hear new episodes as they release. If you like what I do here and want to support the podcast by getting some cool merch, check out my Etsy store. For more information and all the links, check out linktree.com/welcome to the wastes. Thanks for listening.